talked about it a little bit on this channel, but I run another company called Lorelia Pictures with my little brother Jacob, where we turn business books into movies. And what we basically do is we take the business book where it has all the ideas, we boil it down, we do the story editing, we have writers on staff, we've got producers, and we create a movie that's of high enough quality to potentially be picked up by Netflix, HBO, Showtime, which is the exact opposite of most corporate videos that end up idolizing the person and you don't really learn too much about their history or their story besides what they want you to see. So we're trying to add the art back into those films. In today's video, I want to show you the proposal that we use in depth. This is for a $70,000 to $100,000 sale, so hopefully you get some value out of the sections in this proposal. If you want, you can also download this proposal for free. That link is in the description below. Let's do it. So here's the proposal that we use. So we start with putting the client's name really big at the top. This will be the name of the movie. This is an actual proposal we sent. I just anonymized the names. We start with a breakdown of how we see the video going, and this is custom for each person. Actually, this is a good time to talk about the sales process. This proposal comes after call number 1. For research, we'll read as much of the book as we can. If they have an audiobook, it makes it easier. And then we'll listen to a podcast interview that the author's done. That first call is a question and answer session, and actually, if you want similar questions to what we asked, that's down in the description. If you go to experiment27.com/discovery, it's very similar to the questions that we ask on call number 1. We're diagnosing them almost like a doctor would diagnose a patient. So we need to get all of the information before we're able to make a proposal like this. Then I book a call on that call. So I'll look at the next week, I'll drag the calendar invite to that day, and that call will be scheduled. This proposal does not go to the client until we're on that second call. If you send them this proposal, 5-6 pages, sometimes 15 pages, with no context and you're not there to run through it, they'll look at the first page, then they'll skip to the pricing page in the back, and most of the time they'll just put it down and never get back to you. This is why we send proposals minutes, if not seconds, before call number 2. And that's when they get this. Let's run through it. We start with a breakdown of how we see the movie playing out. We try to write this as a little bit of a longer log line, a paragraph that would sell this movie to investors or would sell this movie to viewers if they were on Netflix. Then we got the genre, observational documentary. We have the age breakdown, who the audience is that we're targeting. We have interviews that we're gonna have. This is a documentary that's mostly interview based, so we like to write specific people that we would pick. Usually it's the founder of the business, the authors of the book that we're working on, maybe people from their family, whoever's gonna paint a better picture for the documentary. Then we have the style breakdown, 6 days of on-location filming at the client's place of business, 5 days of on-location filming with patient 1. So this is very specific to this documentary. Found footage, they have a bunch of footage that they've already filmed over the past 5 or 6 years. Narrative structure spliced with on-location interviews. So just a quick description of the style. This first page is customized fully for each client. Then we've got the About Us section. Notice how short this is, and notice that we talked about the movie before we said anything about the company. This is important. People care mostly that you understand the vision. They care about that more than they care about your background or who you were in the past. So here's our bio. Lorelia Pictures was founded by brothers Alex and Jacob Berman with the goal of reinventing the way corporate videos are made. Utilizing the Lorelia team's combined 20+ years of experience working in the film business, we seek to create content that not only drives more sales, but also connects with a wider audience. Lorelia team members have worked with Netflix, Paramount Pictures, Sony, Saban, and more. This 20 years of experience, if you watch that director video, one of the reasons why I was bringing on senior directors and why we work with other video production companies is because me and Jacob have only been in the film business 2 years total. In order to get 20+ years, we needed senior talent. We knew that we weren't up to snuff. You can do the same thing if you're pretty new to business. Then I have bios of the Lorelia team that make us sound super important. Alex Berman is the founder and CEO of Lorelia Pictures. He's a YEC member and filmmaker with over 30,000 combined social followers and millions of views on his content. That's thanks to you, viewer at home.
And I love you, random citizen.
He's also the former director of marketing at a 125-person, 4-time Inc. 5000 fastest growing agency in New York City, where he developed strategies for corporations like Tyson Foods and Saban. Alex hosts a weekly podcast about film production, featuring interviews with top producers and directors from Marvel, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Blumhouse, HBO, and more. And here's Jacob. Jacob Berman discovered his passion for filmmaking after serving over 4 years as a Persian Farsi linguist in the US Army. His time in the intelligence field and overseas gives him a unique perspective that he's brought to play in multiple productions. He's had over 2 years experience as co-founder and head of development at Garblick Media. Notice Jacob didn't have many accomplishments, and we were still able to pull a bio together using his Army experience. Then we've got references, names, phone numbers, and emails for 2 people. Make sure you get these guys permission before you list their phone number and email. Then I list the production team. I'm not going to go through the whole bios here. If you want to download this proposal, again, it's down in the description. Check this whole thing out. Here we go. So I got Zach, who's the director of photography, Mark Antonio Smith, who's the head of production, Nick James Lee, who's the line producer. Then we break down the production process and budget, which is semi-customized for each movie, but can also be used for most of them. And we break down point by point what's going to go into this film. We try to make it seem as lengthy as possible. That way, when we do get down to this $70,000 price tag, it makes sense in the client's mind. And this gives us a chance during the sales call to run through each of these in depth. And then at the end of each section, I usually ask if they have any questions. We've got our timetable here, 7 months and $70,000 for that. Then this brings us to the final section of our proposal, which is the 1-page contract. So all this is the name of the movie, a breakdown. This contract is between, then we put their business name, and Garblick LLC, DBA Lorelia Pictures. And we've got our services rendered here. The only deliverable we're promising is a documentary with the length of 90 minutes or more. The duration of the contract is 1 year, 7 payments of $10,000, first payment due on signing, with each additional payment due 30 days from the previous. Ownership, they own the rights to everything we make. And then the signature boxes, and they can sign. They're probably not gonna sign on the call where you run through the proposal. There's usually one more call, and they usually have questions, or they want to pass it back to the team. I'm not expecting them to make a decision on this call. That's why we don't send the proposal in advance. This call is to get the proposal in the right context in the client's mind. Then they'll go back, they'll think about it, and we'll book a third call to run through any questions and hopefully get a signature then. Again, if you want this proposal, that's down in the description below. You can have a free download of that. If you found value in this video, I would love if you would share it with somebody. Find somebody who you think would love this video as much as you do. Send them a link. If you run an agency and you want us to do outsourced sales, you want us to write proposals for you, to do the sales calls with big enterprise companies, that's what we do all day. We do this literally all day for different agencies at experiment27.com. Check us out. And if you love this sales process, you want a documentary of your own, check out LoreliaPictures.com. I'm Alex Berman. Thanks for watching.